how important is exposure to what is going on in the broader marketplace of, let's say, marketing technology, right? So how important is it for people to be going to, traffic, sales, and profit, number one, go there with, Lamar Tyler's events, that he has, usually in Atlanta, Georgia, but not just there, going to the ClickFunnels event, going to the one by Ryan Dice out in San Diego,
Right.
or whatever. I can't think of the name right now, Traffic and Profit or something. I forget what it's called, right? Or going to that event and like going to these other events so that like, oh, this is what people are doing in a broader context. Is that important, do you think? Or do you think, like, what do you think the pathway is?
So I'm gonna rock the boat right now. I'm gonna say something very controversial. So there's a passage in the Bible that says, although you have many instructors, you have very few fathers. There's a difference between a teacher and a father. For our community, we need people who's going to get in the weeds with us. That's just a fact. I just met too many business owners who are like, okay, I'm hearing this person speak from stage, but they don't actually know my unique situation. Because at the end of the day, think about it. How, for people out there who understand how to write ad copy, if you don't know the person's product, if you don't know their audience, you can't write a sales copy for them. And most of the people I heard, and Ryan Dias said this, he says, most of the good ad copywriters, you can't even hire because they're too good and they're too expensive, right? So how does people in our community learn how to do this stuff? Because it's one thing to give somebody a principle or a concept or a strategy. It's another thing to get in the weeds and help them build it. It's just two different things, And so I would say we need the conferences. We probably need 20% conferences. We need 80% workshops where people actually bring their laptops and not a notepad, where people actually be like, okay, here's my website, take a look at it. Here's my graphics, take a look at it. Here's my ad copy, take a look at it. Here's my funnel, take a look at it. Here's my idea. Help me put this strategy together. If that never happens, the conference is only going to go but so far. You'll probably get them 30% of the way there, but unless somebody's coming there and helping you build this house, it won't get built.
Right.
And so,
yeah.
And so that's part of the challenge is like, how do we, because for example, Tony Robbins can afford to hire Russell Brunson for $100,000 for the whole week or a day. Right? So Russell Brunson is not going to give Tony Robbins a lecture when he comes to his office. They're going to sit down, he's going to get on a whiteboard, and they're going to talk specifically about Tony Robinson's issues. One-on-one, he's going to look at his material, he's going to look at his ad copy, and somehow we need to close that gap between the stage and the actual office where the people are actually trying to get the work done. Somehow that gap needs to be closed, else people are going to walk away with a strategy and not know exactly how to implement it.
Right. Yeah. Is that what you're doing with You Share 360? Are you providing that? Are you closing that gap?
We do. We do more workshops than we do conferences, and we limit our workshops to 15 people at a time. We treat it like private school. We don't want the classrooms to be too big, because if it is, I can't give you the attention. Now, don't get me wrong, we won't be able to scale as fast. But our job is to grow businesses, not just to get numbers. There's a difference between you can have 1,000 people following you, but only 5 of them are rock stars, right? Mm-hmm. What about the 995 who's paying, but their businesses aren't really growing? If you really want businesses to grow, it's like we have to somehow provide, and we haven't figured it out yet, but we're committed to it. We haven't figured out how do you, for us, the small workshops has been working, but we're like, okay, how do we scale that? How do we give people this one-on-one or at least 1-on-10, learning environment and really help clear the air and help them implement? Because one of the biggest things that our community lacks is we don't have the team. We don't have a marketing team, and the marketing team is at least 6 to 7 people. You need a social media advertiser, you need a data analytics person, you need a videographer because content is king. You need somebody who's going to, You need a graphics person, you need an ad copy specialist, you need a marketing strategist. That's a digital marketing team. And so people are an author, but they're not a marketer. They're a nonprofit organization CEO, but they're not a marketer. So we create the businesses, but we don't have this marketing team, and we don't have the $400,000 to hire these people full time. And most of us don't have the time to learn it. So we're between a rock and a hard place, and we have to figure out a way to close that gap.
Love it. And I'm looking forward to having some, private conversations with you in regards to that too, in terms of, how we can, go about closing that gap as well. And maybe we'll even make it a public conversation, who knows, right? It'll be a follow-up interview, with you. So before we get out of here, how do people, go about reaching you, and using UShare 360?
Yeah, so they can just go to www.ushare360.com. That's www.youshare360.com. That's an easy way to get a hold of us. And you can sign up for free right there. Just look on the top right, you're going to see a sign up for free. You can also call us at 888-683-9994. We actually answer the phone. Or you can email us at support@ushare360.com. That's support@ushare360.com. You can schedule a free discovery call, and we'll listen to your business, what you do. We'll share with you what we do, try to find out if there's a good fit, and point you in the right direction.
All right. So my last question before we get out of here is, Samuel, what's your best piece of advice for new and aspiring entrepreneurs who are out there? Maybe they have the same type of background you have. They feel like they can't do it. They're struggling. They're looking to reach that next plane. What is your best piece of advice for them as they're going through this journey?
Yeah, so mine start off with a question. One of my friends asked me, he said, what's the biggest thing you learned since you've been in business? And that was that I'm not as smart as I thought I was. And so my biggest piece of advice is, before you spend any more money, get a mentor. You're going to save yourself a lot of time, a lot of headache, a lot of money. Your wife will appreciate you more. Your husband will appreciate you more. You will bump your head less times. Get around people who've actually done this, who actually not someone just speaking to you from the stage, but someone who knows your name, someone who knows your business, someone who can actually see your product and give you critical feedback. Not a distant mentor, someone you can speak to face to face.